Hello and welcome to our next great episode of WorkPoint 365 Explorer. I'm very happy to welcome Simone back to our studio today to share even more of your knowledge to us. So thank you for joining once again the WorkPoint 365 Explorer.
You're welcome.
Without further ado, let's pick up where we left of the last time, where we answered some questions of potential customers, and we have more questions. So let's start with this. And these are for you, again, if you are now the first time here, that's the most frequently asked questions from potential customers or interested persons about our QA solution. So we directly start. We need to review our procedures and processes once a year. How do we conduct reviews in WorkPoint?
So in WorkPoint, it's possible to set up a review frequency on both a procedure, but also the supporting documents. An example of this could be that you have a procedure for evacuation, but the staff list of all your employees needs to be updated on a monthly basis, while the procedure itself is only due for review on a yearly basis, as your example and question was. So we can set up different sort of frequencies. We can also set up controls to who should have the right to approve and edit and make reviews of procedures and the supporting documentations. We can set up a task to assign to the people who are responsible for the procedure, that they need to make a review because it's due within a certain deadline. After it has been reviewed, it can be published.
There is possibilities to differentiate between a document review and a process review. So this is very, very nice. What is very important, I think, for potential customers or companies totally is, can we run different audits?
Well, you most certainly can in WorkPoint, at least. Most organizations who are used to having an audit program will have, for example, internal audits. They may have supplier audits. They can have compliance audits if they are following either their own set of compliance structure, or maybe they have a certification that they are leaning towards. And we can structure this in WorkPoint so that each type of audit will have its own life cycle and its own set of mandatory tasks to complete and its own set of mandatory documents to fill out. We have some very nice functionalities in WorkPoint that can control this, so that based on the type of audit, the natural task will be assigned to the right people, and that can be done automatically. Plus, one nice thing I would like to highlight to our interested viewers here is that we actually have a functionality that can go in and say, okay, if you have an audit that's frequently running, so you do it every 12 months, for example, once you have completed your audit, it will automatically roll over and be planned for the next year. And that means that assigning tasks for completing activities or making documents will be automatically assigned again, and that sort of rolling process will continue. And that really automates and takes up a lot of, away a lot of sort of workload on people.
I think automation is key for a lot of things like this, because people, and this is totally human, I think every one of us forgot already something in his life, so you forget things, and I think with the automation this cannot happen and problems cannot be problems will not pop up because there is automation. So last question for today: how do we control which documents and versions are available to our workforce? I know we spoke a little bit about it in our last video, but how do we control it really?
So WorkPoint has a very sort of detailed set of functionalities for controlling who should have, for example, view or even edit rights to down to a document level. And that means that I can keep a very clear sort of separation between published documents that should be available for maybe the entire organization or perhaps only a set team or a group of people. And I can have all the drafts, the working drafts that needs to be updated, separated away from that, only accessible and editable to the people who are reviewing or approving the procedures or policies.
For me, what's very interesting in our solution is that, of course, you have to see it in different views because the quality assurance manager should have all access, but you also have to see it what needs the project manager, for example, to have access. But I really like the different types of documents, which working and published documents, where it's very easy to know, okay, this is the document I am allowed to use, and this document, this is a draft.
Exactly. You avoid the confusion of people unintentionally using guidelines that haven't been fully updated yet by keeping things separate this way. And a nice little thing that we have that we can include in the approval workflow that can be set up in WorkPoint is that once a document has been, or for example, a set of guidelines have been reviewed and approved, then we can automatically override the previous set of guidelines. But you're not losing the information kept in the old guidelines because we have version history, so you can always go back and look into, okay, where did we have changes to our guidelines?
You never lose anything in WorkPoint.
No.
So thank you very much, Simone, for joining me again today. It was a pleasure having you here. If you missed the last episode on our QA solution, don't worry. You can rewatch all on our YouTube channel and also on the WorkPoint LinkedIn page. So thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye.